Hey y'all, it's time once again for the Razman's Reality. Okay, first of all, some of you have been asking me, is there any way I can get my bathroom back here behind me out of the background of my box? And the answer is no. These doors are way too heavy for yours truly with these nimby little CP hands to be able to lift and close from the front. The best way to close those doors is to actually be inside the bathroom, and if I was inside the bathroom trying to close the doors, I would get myself trapped within the bathroom, which would negate my ability to do a block. So, unfortunately, the bathroom is always going to be in the background, so just please try to do your best to ignore it. Now, yesterday, I opened the floodgates, didn't I? Because we all know that once you start talking Harry Potter, you can't stop talking Harry Potter. But just to satisfy my other audience members that I know that are out there that watch me for sports and other things besides fantasy, there is nothing out there today. I mean, yeah, Ohio State got the number 4 recruiting class in the nation, but until we know how well these freshmen are actually going to do on the field, recruiting classes mean something else, but at the same time they don't, because you don't know what they're going to do until you actually see them play. There's no wrestling news that we haven't already covered. The only real sports story out there is the Barry Bonds thing, and come on, who's really surprised by that? And until it's all, hammered out and ironed out, there's nothing I can do. LeBron James is a beast, but that's not a newsflash, so Harry it is. So, first of all, Grindelwald. How could I have forgotten Grindelwald? He is the guy that Dumbledore was crushing on. And, talking about that yesterday got me to thinking about all these enigmas that exist in the Harry Potter world. JK, I love you. You changed my life. You got me back into reading. You reminded me why it's okay to be a nerd. Yes, people, it's okay to be a nerd. Embrace your nerdiness. Embrace it. Don't fight it. Embrace it. But nonetheless, you contradict yourself so much. And what I gotta know from you is, do you do it on purpose? Are you trying to create enigmas that will cause myself and other fans to go on and on for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Are you trying to do that? Or do you not realize what you've done? And the two biggest examples of this have to be, number one, and I will admit that I was one of the biggest advocates of this before the series was completed as anyone out there. And that is Ron equals Dumbledore. And the reason that theory was created is, how in the bloody hell is it possible for Dumbledore to be knowledgeable of Harry and Hermione saving Buckbeak and ultimately saving Sirius? He clearly, both in the book and the film, keeps Fudge from seeing seeing Buckbeak escape. Dumbledore does that, but yet he did not travel back in time that we know of. And he knows that there's awful consequences for wizards that travel through time. So how is it possible that he knew something that he was going to tell Harry and Hermione 3 hours later when the actual event was happening? That's where the whole Ron is Dumbledore theory came from. So please, JK, in the encyclopedia, if you're not going to give us a book 8, and there are miles and miles of reasons that you could give us a book 8, and I will talk about that. That is going to be talked about. But with the inability to really time out 2 minutes, I'm not going to get into that now. But please, JK, make that your number one priority, please. Please, please, please. Explain that in the encyclopedia. How does that happen? How? And the other thing is the werewolf conundrum. The clear difference between a werewolf and an animagus is that an animagus can turn into any animal. A werewolf has no choice and is blinded and would attack its best friend if it saw him. It only responds to the call of its own kind. So if that is the case, why then does Lupin run when Hermione howls at him in Prisoner of Azkaban and causes Lupin to run away from Harry and subsequently run to Harry again, which we of course learn later on in the story? But the point is, why did that happen? Why did Lupin run to Hermione if Hermione is not a werewolf? That's a huge contradiction, and that is just two things from Prisoner of Azkaban. I didn't get into Sorcerer's Stone. I didn't get into Chamber of Secrets. I didn't get into Goblet of Fire. I didn't get into Order of the Phoenix. I didn't get into Half-Blood Prince, and I didn't get into Deathly Hallows. That is just two major things from Prisoner of Azkaban. So many contradictions. So J.K. Rowling, please, either write a book 8 or fix the contradictions in the encyclopedia. Otherwise, it's going to be another 50 years of this, and I'm going to lose my mind. With that, this is reality according to the Razman and Razman style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.